Timing is really everything in the kitchen. Master chefs who understand timing perform a kitchen ballet that amateurs struggle to mimic and transform into offbeat steps. Knowing when to exactly crack the egg or start the pasta so that every element of a meal finishes in unison is an art. But this timely intervention is also used by God with regards to us. Dear brothers and sisters, Salve Maria. We are in the Octave of Easter, and we come across many readings where our resurrected Lord appears to his disciples. It is really amazing to see when he appears. His apparitions are extremely timely, a little too late, and disastrous things could have happened. A bit too early, and he would diminish the merits of his children. Also, his appearances are very simple, very mild, very discreet. Two disciples are walking dejected, and Jesus joins them as if he were just another pilgrim. We know that they were abandoning our Lord, and before it was too late, he himself appears and animates them. Mary Magdalene goes to the tomb where she wept upon discovering that the Lord was no longer there. And a man appears as if he were a gardener and speaks with her with all simplicity. But this simple gardener turns out to be Jesus, thus avoiding that the saint would enter into despair. Today's gospel is one more example of this. Saint Peter decides to go fishing, and the other apostles join him. They were beginning to lose their faith. Remember that they were fishermen and had left all of this behind when our Lord had called them. And now, seeing that he had died, they were returning to the daily life which they had renounced. Our Lord appears on the seashore as some buyer of fish, and even counsels to cast the net in a direction where they were to find fish. The apostles caught so many that they could not even pull the net back in. Only then did they realize that it was our Lord. Once again, a discreet apparition, but also a very timely one. The lesson that today's liturgy imparts is one of confidence. God will always help us at the right time, usually in a very normal, simple, and discreet manner. I would like to share a real-life fact with you, a miracle which proves how God helps us at the right moment, even if imperceptible. Recently, some people have begun praying to Donna Lucilia, the mother of Dr. Plinio Correia de Oliveira, who was the mentor of our founder, Monsignor João Scognamilio Clagias. A very pious devotion which has its roots in some difficult requests that were attended keenly by the intercession of this kind lady. Accustomed to always ask for the help of Donna Lucilia in difficult situations, Dr. Carlos Alberto Bareneche Osorio, a Colombian resident in the state of Pará, north of Brazil, wrote to us recounting one of the countless favors he received during his medical experiences in these precarious regions. His words: "Whenever I have a case that escapes my hands as a doctor, I ask for a miracle. And the miracles that I ask Donna Lucilia and Dr. Plinio are always attended. It is really God, through their help, who helps me save these lives." Among the numerous cases that he has witnessed, Dr. Carlos Alberto highlights a recent one which occurred in the municipality of Anapu. A little girl arrived at the hospital where I work in a convulsive state due to fever, which is a routine in the emergency room of the region where I work. This girl, however, remained in this state for more than 4 hours. In such a condition can cause death or even leave terrible sequels in the child. I gave her the protocol medication, diazepam, but the convulsions would not stop. I then prepared a second ampule, and as the symptoms did not remit, I started with cooling with dipirona. I also used phenytoin, another anticonvulsant medication, and finally midazolam, an anesthetic, used in surgery to intubate and numb. Even with high doses of this medicine, the crisis did not remit. Having exhausted all human means to cure his patient's condition, and after almost 4 hours of struggle, Dr. Carlos Alberto decided to turn to Donna Lucilia so that she would take care of the little girl who was suffering there. The mother and the father knelt before me, asking me to save their daughter. Being distressed and not knowing what else to do, I took a prayer card of Donna Lucilia and made a sign of the cross on the child's forehead, chest, and shoulders. It was incredible. In 2 minutes, she recovered as if nothing had happened. This is one of the many miracles that people have witnessed through the intercession of Donna Lucilia, always timely and always discreetly. Let us confide our petitions to her and implore her intercession, especially now that we are in her novena. If you have any doubts, please feel free to ask me through the comment section. May the blessing of the Almighty God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit come upon you and remain with you forever. Salve Maria.
If you like this video, press the like button and leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos.